You are watching a W2M Network bonus presentation. The guys at Life is Like a Game Show realized they kinda fucked this one up. And therefore, they're coming back to you with a little bit of bonus content. And now, Brian Espinoza, Jonathan Nielsen, Eric Watkins, and your host, Harry Broadhurst.
Yeah.
Oh crap, we're back. I gotta get my glasses back on.
Hey guys.
So.
Who's responsible for this fuck up?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
I'm gonna go ahead and blame the producer.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna send hate mail to s.garmer@gmail.com.
Producer, where the hell? What?
If you're looking for an experienced game show producer,
Don't hire Rancid Randy.
contact the announcer, who is also available.
All right, folks. So what happened was we had an idea to set up our February schedule live on air. Well, we may have forgotten to do that. So in addition to giving you the full schedule from February all the way through the middle of the year going to June, we're going to spin the star wheel live for you here in a special W2M Network bonus presentation. Mr. Espinoza, the floor is yours, sir.
Yes, hi. If you're watching this, welcome back to the fuck up episode of Life is Like a Game Show.
Oops.
What a way to go live on YouTube with this, by the way.
This is brought to you by Erasers. Don't make a mistake with that one.
Anyways, so the reason why we did match game is twofold. Obviously, as we may have mentioned on air previously, if you've been a loyal friend and true of our podcast,
all three of you, we appreciate you.
We are setting up to cover Game Show Marathon in June,
my birth month.
We have already covered out of the shows that were a part of Game Show Marathon. We've already covered The Price is Right. We have covered
Match
Game that we just finished up. We did
Beat
the Clock with Monty Hall. Thank you, because I was only thinking I only had Monty Hall in my head. And I believe that's it so far. I feel like I'm missing something, but I believe that's it so far.
Are we technically going to talk about the fact that we covered Price is Right, but we not really covered Price is Right?
Because we're going to redo Price is Right?
The plan is to read. Let me get to the plan here, right? So we've covered the Price is Right technically already, but we're going to re-deep dive it. We've done Beat the Clock. We just finished Match Game. And didn't we do Family Feud as well?
No.
We haven't done Family Feud yet. That's next, right. Okay, so anyways, upcoming schedule. February, we're taking a month off from gearing up for Game Show Marathon, right? We decided, you know what? February, Valentine's Day, it's the month of love. And, well, what doesn't get enough credit as game shows? Because some of us don't really think they count as game shows, even though technically they do. Well, dating type shows. So we have selected 4 dating type game shows. And we are going to be spinning the Match Game Star Wheel in a few moments here to determine which of these episodes get covered in which week of February.
No doubles, by the way.
No doubles. These are going to be one-off, one-week episodes. That's it. It's all said and done. After that, come March, provided that Harry Broadhurst will be seen in the month of March, we will be re-deep diving The Price is Right properly. The first week of The Price is Right will be will be part 1, which is going to be the reintroduction, Price is Right of popular culture, and the 56 through 65 versions of Price. The second week will be the Bob Barker era. The third week will be Drew Carey and the Perfect Bid Show. And then the fourth week will be international versions, syndicated versions, the primetime $1 million spectacular specials, and anything else generally that we missed with The Price is Right. In April, we will be covering Let's Make a Deal for 1 week, Card Sharks for 1 week, and then 2 weeks of Family Feud.
Rest in peace, Louie.
1 week will be dedicated to Richard Dawson, and then the second week will be dedicated to everything else, including your friend and mine, Louis Anderson.
We may possibly adjust that because that was the schedule we set before we lost Louis. So stay tuned. That might slightly adjust.
In May, get ready. Today, these 3 other hosts are after big bucks, but they'll have to avoid the whammy as they play the most exciting game show of their lives. Live from the W2M network, it's time to press your luck. And here's your host of the Press Your Luck, the Whammy. Yeah. It's Press Your Luck month here on Life is Like a Game Show on the W2M network. Our first week, we will be talking about the predecessor and the successor to Press Your Luck, Second Chance, and Whammy, the all-new Press Your Luck. The second week, we will be talking about the greatest game show of all time, at least as voted by me, Press Your Luck.
Again, Rancid Randy and his dreaded 7-10 splits that make some people want to go and consume copious amounts of alcohol.
Here, neuter him.
Yes.
Copious amounts of alcohol, like it's an episode of The Kickoff.
We will be on the second week. We'll be talking about the original Press Your Luck run, as hosted by Peter Tomarkin. The third week of May. Jay, John, what's that beautiful date?
May 19th, 1984. Oh, hey, it's an anniversary too.
You mean May 19th, 2022?
I mean May 19th, 1984, the anniversary of which falls on that this year. Yeah, Paul Michael Larson gets a whole day to himself.
Yes. We will be dedicating an entire episode of Life is Like a Game Show to Michael Larson.
And a fuck ton of homework for yours truly.
Yes. And then wrapping up the month of May, the last week of May, we will be covering Elizabeth Banks's reboot and any other versions or things of note of PYL that we may have missed, because there are some notable international versions out there as well,
including the Australian version,
which I just recently found in my search for the Michael Larson stuff that you guys
and
told me to look
version.
into. Yeah, but I don't speak
Druck
German.
am Glucker.
I'm guessing it's in German proper, which means I'm going to be screwed.
And then in June, no set schedule on how we're covering it yet or anything like that. We'll determine that a little bit closer to June. But the entire month of June will be dedicated to Game Show Marathon. Now, with that said, and we have talked about our schedule for the first half of the year, Mr. Watkins, please bring out the star wheel.
It would have been nice to have a sound effect for that.
Yeah, we use wheelofnames.com.
All right, gentlemen. This is the overtime toss-up. You know how this works. This is the coin. I mean, this is the wheel.
It's impressively four-sided for a coin.
It's a higher dimensional coin. We have two mathematicians here. Pay no attention to that.
These are so the options that we have are baggage, tattletales, singled out, and the newlywed game. Each of the four of us picked our quote-unquote favorite dating game.
Mine got stolen, so I picked a different one just to be weird.
I picked tattletales.
I claimed baggage with Jerry Springer.
I was just about to say Eric stole mine.
1977. That's all I'm gonna say.
The newlywed game. And Harry.
Just to be different, I decided to put a modern culture spin on the dating game, and I went with MTV's Singled Out.
All right, gentlemen, this is how this is going to work. We're going to spin the wheel. First episode that gets, or first game show that gets landed on will be covered the first week of February. That
AKA next week.
AKA next week.
Sev-
That will then be removed as an option from the wheel. The wheel will then again be spun. Show that's landed on will be covered in the second week of February, aka Valentine's week.
And Harry's birthday.
That show will then be removed, and it will be a toss-up between the two remaining shows. The wheel will be spun, and that show will be covered in the third week. The show that is remaining will be covered in the last week of February. Do we all understand the rules, gentlemen?
We have a slight thing here, actually. Well, I mean, it is 4 weeks, but technically the show would be after my birthday. 3/10/17/24. Yes, Eric?
Yes.
We may have to shift days of the week because somebody getting a new line of employment's coming soon, but more on that later.
Yes, there. I was going to bring that up off air.
Cross that road when we come to it.
Anyways,
Spin!
So we all understand the rules, gentlemen.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's California Lottery. Here's a big spin.
Big spin. And the first week of February goes to the Newlywed Game.
Hacha!
I mean, at least I don't have to do any homework for that one. That's the one I'm the most familiar with.
Off screen while I recalibrate.
All right. They're going to make some wedge adjustments to the Newlywed Game. Mr. Watkins, since you picked the Newlywed Game, can you give the folks at home just an extremely high level rundown on the Newlywed Game real quick while we reset the wheel?
3, as you guessed it, newlywed couples. Very long-running show where Bob Eubanks is the host. It's a measure of how well do you know your partner. One partner, usually husbands go off stage first. Wives answer questions. Husbands try to come back and match. Second round, vice versa. Much hilarity ensues. Hashtag whoopee.
What was I gonna? Oh, newlywed is relatively questionable in its definition, though, Eric. And this is one of the things that I do want to get into more of a conversation about in when we do the deep dive here.
Mm-hmm.
It's 22.
I said high level. This is a little bit deeper than high level. I'm talking.
So
like,
you said high level.
I'm talking like the opening sentence to the non-academic credible resource.
You said high level. That's low level. High level is the deeper dive.
Well, I was just going to ask, why is a couple that's married 22 months still considered newlyweds? But never mind.
Anyway, wheels recalibrated.
All right.
2.
Second week.
Singled out.
That's Harry's selection. All right.
Per the non-credible academic resource, Singled Out is an American dating game show created by Burt Wheeler and Shannon Sussman, which originally ran on MTV from 1995 to 1998. Each episode consisted of a group of 50 singles competing for a date with a main contestant. The original hosts of the show were Chris Hardwick of The Wall fame currently, and Jenny McCarthy, she of The Masked Singer currently. When McCarthy left the show in early 1997 to star in her own sitcom Jenny, canceled after one season on ABC, I believe, MTV hired Carmen Electra to replace her for the last season and a half.
Wheels recalibrated.
All right, it's time for the toss-up. And the winner is Baggage. Baggage is an American dating game show hosted by, say it with me, guys, Jerry. Yes, Jerry Springer. Ran from 2010 to 2012, a GSN original. Had a contestant with, it's basically dating game, but with a little bit extra. You had
A
one
little bit
contestant-
extra.
Just the host was a little extra.
You
The
had
host
one
was a lot
contestant
extra.
who was trying to win a date from 3 potential suitors. The contestants were accompanied by 3 pieces of baggage in actual suitcases, a small, a medium, and a large one, and each one of them contained a secret. The secrets can include bad habits, relationship preferences, etc. The bigger the piece of baggage, the more deeper or embarrassing the secret was. This is actually one of GSN's most popular and well received GSN originals.
I wouldn't say it's its best original. Its
So,
best
first
original
is
currently
Newlywed.
airs.
Second was
Singled out.
The third was baggage, which leaves.
Tattletales.
If you'll indulge me with one more wheel spin.
I was going to say we technically have to go to one more wheel spin for the purposes of standards and practices.
Time for the wheel of gimmicks.
I hope it doesn't land on Tattletales.
No gimmick?
Wow.
I think the computer knows us. Damn it, is it sentient? Are we about to have Skynet? Where's Arnold Schwarzenegger when he's not crashing his car?
Well, folks, for the purposes of standards and practices, you could say that this was rigged, but I promise you it's not rigged.
And now
I'm legitimately disappointed that we didn't get a gimmick spin.
I'm actually disappointed as well. I'm not going to lie to you.
because gimmick infringement is a W2M network exclusive, please bring back the wheel. We're going to remove Tattletales. We're going to spin.
This was not the gimmick we talked about in pre-planning.
No, it
Video
wasn't.
killed the radio star.
All right, and on that note, I'm going to give the wheel a final spin. Asking me leverage puzzle of 5 seconds to solve it. Vowels worth nothing. Consonants worth.
Whee!
Boo.
Also nothing.
Do you want to try that again, Nielsen?
All right, I'll try it one more time.
I feel like we're so full of shtick on this show.
Nope, never mind. He ruined it. For those of you following along at home, the pre-planned skit that we did was supposed to be the reference to Pat Sajak spitting 3 bankrupts in a row. This is why we can't trust Nielsen with nice things.
And this is why you have other people doing the gimmicks.
Speaking of said gimmicks, at JTN 2002 on Twitter and on Twitch, at the Indesian on Twitter for Brian Espinoza, at Squid Sportshead on Twitter for Eric Watkins. I'm at HEB the Eagle. For Jonathan, Brian, Eric, and myself, this has been a W2M Network bonus presentation for Life is Like a Game Show, the Star Wheel edition, because we fucked up and forgot it the first time. We'll see you guys next week when we start.
Yeah, and recapping, because we never even recapped, right?
I'm about to. We'll see you guys next week when we start Love Month here on Life is Like a Game Show, beginning with the Newlywed Game and then going to MTV's Singled Out, GSN's Baggage, and Cindy Special, I think?
No, that was CBS, I believe, was Tattletales.
CBS
Yes.
and Cindy Tattletales.
There you have it from the experts themselves here on Life is Like a Game Show, a W2M Net exclusive. We'll see you guys next time here on Life is Like a Game Show, a presentation of the W2M Network.